Okay, here's the first cut I made with chainsaw mill. Never made one before. It actually was really easy. I wasn't using a guide on this. This is just a little piece of wood that's already halfway cut up for firewood. You can see some notches in it. I was just practicing here, and I had it set for 1 inch. And here's the piece I cut off, and you can see it's a bit more than 1 inch, but hold still. Okay, it's a little bit more than 1 inch. No big deal. And yeah, it's going to work. So I think what I'm going to do is I have a ladder that I took apart, and I was going to drill some little holes in it. I also thought about a long motorcycle ramp, but I don't have one 10 feet long. So I thought about welding two together, and then I remembered I had the C-purlin. This is 12 feet of C-purlin left over from one of my projects. And what I'm going to do is drill a couple holes, and then probably just use drywall screws. And yeah, and that's 12 feet. So I think these 20-foot sections, now they were $45 a piece when I was building the barn. And so this is like $25 in steel that's just sitting here I'm not using, so I'm going to use it for that. Sweet. Project Chainsaw Mill Part 2. This is my guide. This is just some leftover C-purlin that I used on that tractor barn over there. And I think it was 45 bucks for a 20-foot stick, so this is 12 feet that I had left over for something that anyway. It's pretty flat on top. It's not perfect like sawmill lumber straight, I don't think. Oh, it's pretty dang straight. And I'm not making lumber here. I just want a flat cut here. Now, what I think I'm gonna end up doing is, so my plan is to go ahead and mark pretty close to the middle, 2 holes, 2 holes, 2 holes, 2 holes, and then put 1-inch drywall screws in everywhere. I've got most of the bark knocked off right on this long edge here, so I have a nice flat area there to work with. And then we'll run the chainsaw mill down it and see how it goes. All right, and then my plan is to try to keep these at the right thicknesses, because some are a little bit smaller, some are a little bit thicker, like that one. That one's much thicker. So when I put this on, I'm going to adjust my depth so that my logs will end up the same height from here to here. That's the great part of using the chainsaw mill for this. I'll be able to adjust them and then have even though these are different diameter vigas, that they'll all be the same height once I'm done. And some of the cuts will be wider, of course, some will be narrower, but it won't matter because that's going to be up on the ceiling side facing up, so we won't ever see that. Okay, good. cool down for a second. All right, it's going to do the trick. Yeah. That gives me just about what I want. Nice flat surface to put my ceiling boards on. So it'll take me about 10 minutes to do each one. Maybe 15 or 20 minutes with setup and everything. Maybe 30 minutes. That's okay. I've got 10 to do, and I got a little time to burn. Well, that concrete dries in those for those Viga posts. I mean, those logs right there. So, yep, that'll work. And now what I'll do is I'll try to match the thickness of each of these so that I'm cutting so that they end up about the same size. Okay, good. I'm very pleased. All right, let's see. Yep. Nothing moved. Nothing loosened up. The bar here didn't move. I mean, the clamp there didn't move. Of course, I have a bolt through it. But the back one didn't move either, so I'm happy with that. So 18-inch bar on that. And I guess I could run a 20, but this is plenty for these size